Hey there, it's good to see you. I'm family doctor, been practicing here in the US for over a decade, and I also run this YouTube channel because I genuinely love helping people understand their health. Have you ever done something you were told was healthy only to feel worse? Yeah, me too. My mom used to say, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. So I listened every single day. Crunch, crunch, crunch. But here's what happened. I kept getting these weird stomach aches. My belly always felt cold, like I'd swallowed an ice cube. My hands and feet were freezing, even in the middle of summer. I went to my doctor, got diagnosed with chronic gastritis, took medications for months, and nothing helped. Then one day, an older, wiser person looked at me and casually said, "You're eating raw apples every day, aren't you? You're basically pouring cold water on your own internal fire." I'm not telling you this to complain. I'm telling you because I know right now so many of you are doing exactly what I did. You think you're being healthy, but you might be hurting yourself without realizing it. Engagement hook. Have you ever felt like this? Worn out but trying hard? Leave a comment. I'd love to hear identifying the problem. So let me ask you honestly, do you wake up feeling like you're wearing a wet blanket? Is your belly cool to the touch, even when the rest of you is warm? Do you see little teeth marks on the sides of your tongue when you look in the mirror? Or maybe you deal with bloating, cold hands and feet, trouble sleeping, or even things like nodules or cysts? If even one of those sounds like you, please stick with me because this might change the way you eat from today onward. And here's the honest truth, it's not your fault. Many of my patients, especially those with Asian, African, or indigenous backgrounds, tend to naturally run what we might call cooler and damp inside. That Western nutrition advice you hear on TV or social media, it works great for some body types, but for your body, it can backfire badly. Apples are wonderful, but raw apples, not for everyone. Especially if you're over 30, always tired, have digestion issues, or cold fingers and toes. Raw apples are cooling. It's like pouring cold water on a tiny little campfire inside your belly. But here's the beautiful thing, if you steam that apple, everything changes. Heat transforms it. From cooling to warming, from draining to nourishing, from ouch to real stories, because this actually works. Let me give you real examples from my practice. I remember a 5-year-old little girl, severe asthma, needing steroid puffs every night, eczema all over her body. Her poor mom was exhausted. We changed just two things, steamed apple and millet porridge. No medication changes at first. 1 month later, sleeping through the night, skin clear, no more nightly puff. Her mom cried in my office. Then there was a woman in her mid-50s, thyroid nodule the size of a large egg. She was terrified of surgery. 3 months of steamed apple with a tiny pinch of salt. Nodule shrank, grade 3 down to grade 2. She couldn't believe it. And a software engineer, constipated for 5 years. Acne everywhere, bad breath his wife complained about. He replaced dinner with 2 steamed apples. 2 weeks later, normal bathroom trips. He told me, "Doc, that felt better than shipping a perfect build. These aren't miracles, they're just using food the right way. I don't sell pills, I don't sell supplements. I've just seen too many people suffer needlessly because no one ever taught them these small, powerful, everyday tricks." One steamed apple costs maybe 30 or 40 cents, takes half an hour, but it can mean a child stops coughing, a parent stops straining, a partner stops curling up in pain every month. The critical difference, steamed versus boiled. Now, this is where most people mess up. And I mean, I'd say 8 out of 10 people who try this at home actually boil the apple instead of steaming it. Big pot, lots of water, chunks of apple boiling away. Then they come back to me and say, "Doc, I feel worse, more bloated, heavier, more phlegm." Listen carefully. This is not small. Steaming and boiling are night and day. One helps. The other can hurt, especially for certain body types. Steamed apple, the red color, is good for your heart and blood. The sour sweet taste is good for your liver and spleen, but raw apple energy moves down and cold. When you steam it using steam, water not touching the apple, the heat gently changes everything. That pectin raw, it can loosen your bowels or even cause diarrhea. Steamed, it becomes binding. It helps stop diarrhea and can absorb toxins in your gut. For someone with a cold, weak digestion, that's a gift. Boiled apple, you're basically making sweet, wet, heavy water. For someone who already feels damp and heavy inside, like wearing a wet sweatshirt all day, that's a burden. Your already tired spleen and stomach have to work overtime to clear that extra moisture. You might get more phlegm, more bloating, an upset stomach, even puffiness in your face or ankles. So yes, one is usually helpful, the other is often harmful. Now, if you're one of those rare people, super hot, super dry, rock solid digestion, no dampness at all, fine boiled apple won't hurt you. But let's be honest, how many of us are like that? Most of my patients over 30 are what I call upper hot, lower cold, pimples on the face, canker sores in the mouth, but freezing feet and a cold belly. Boiled apple makes that worse. It's like adding water to a fire that's already struggling. Real example, a business executive, mid 40s, lots of alcohol, lots of stress. He felt damp and hot, so he heard apples were healthy. He had his housekeeper boil apples into a sweet soup every single day, drank it for 6 months. What happened? His belly grew, his stools became loose and sticky, then his legs started swelling. Push a finger in. It left a dent. He was terrified his kidneys were failing. I looked at his tongue, thick, pasty coating like someone painted it with glue. I said, stop all fruit, stop all sweet soups. For 2 weeks, only ginger date tea and steamed apple. Switch from boiling to steaming. 2 weeks later, swelling gone, normal stools, belly smaller. He looked 10 years younger. That's the difference between knowing and guessing, steaming versus boiling. Case study 1, asthma and eczema in a child. A mom brought her 5-year-old son to see me. He had asthma, the kind that flares with every season change, plus severe eczema weeping. Red rashes on his face and arms. He couldn't sleep through the night, had been on steroid puffs for years. He was getting thinner, pale dark circles under his eyes like a tiny old man. I looked at his tongue, white, thick coating like snow on the ground, pale tongue body. Classic cold and damp in the lungs and spleen. I asked what he ate every day. She said proudly every morning a glass of milk and 2 kinds of fresh fruit, apples, pears, kiwi. We rotate for vitamins and immunity. I took a deep breath. Here we go again. Milk is cooling, raw fruit is cooling. This child's digestion was already weak. Every cold, raw thing he ate was like throwing water on a pile of wet wood that wouldn't light. In traditional medicine, the spleen is the mother of the lungs. When the spleen is cold and weak, the lungs become weak. That's the asthma. And the dampness that can't be processed comes out through the skin. That's the eczema. I said, Mom, I need you to try something. Stop all milk, stop all raw fruit. Every day, 1 steamed apple, skin uncooked until soft, plus the thick creamy top of millet porridge. That's it. Just 2 things. 1 month, first week, his stools turned dark and smelled terrible. That's the body clearing out old, damp, and cold. Second week, the eczema started drying up, no more oozing. Third week, he slept through the night for the first time in years. Fourth week, no asthma attacks. His color came back. The dark circles faded. When Mom came for the follow-up, she was crying. She said, I can't believe it. Years of specialist medications, sleepless nights, and it was just steamed apple and porridge. It wasn't the apple, it was stopping the cold and giving the body warmth. The steamed apple was just the vehicle. Case study 2, menstrual pain and cold uterus. Now let's talk about something many women struggle with silently. I see so many young women and not so young women who do things that hurt them without knowing it. Bare ankles in winter, ice lattes during their period, salads and raw fruit for weight loss, smoothie bowls packed with frozen fruit, and then they wonder why they're curled up on the couch unable to move. During their period, if you've been trying to conceive for a while and it's not happening, this might be part of the picture. Here's how I explain it to my patients. Your uterus is a baby's first home. Have you ever seen a baby grow in an ice cave? No, that home needs to be warm. It needs good blood flow. It needs nourishment for this, and I've seen it work over and over. I recommend ginger date steamed apple. Why ginger? Ginger wakes up your body's deep, dormant warmth. Why dates? They help build blood, and the steaming process brings it all together beautifully. Best time to eat it every day between 3 and 5 p.m. That's when your body's deepest energy is naturally rising. Eat it warm, slowly. You'll actually feel a gentle heat spreading from your core to your back. Do this consistently through the winter, just one winter. My patients tell me Their periods become brighter red, fewer clots, less pain, their hands and feet stay warm, and even the brown spots on their cheeks start to fade. That's not a cream. That's blood and energy flowing from the inside out. Case study 3, nodules, cysts, fibroids. Now let's talk about the stuff that can feel scary, the words nobody wants to hear: thyroid nodules, breast lumps, uterine fibroids, liver cysts, ovarian cysts. You go to your regular doctor, they do an ultrasound, and they say it's benign, it's small. Well, watch it. If it gets big, well, cut it out. And you're left thinking, but why is it there? And how do I stop more from growing from a traditional medicine perspective? And I want to be clear, this is not replacing your oncologist or surgeon, but we look at the environment inside your body. We ask, is this a cold, damp, stagnant environment? Because that's where these things tend to grow. Think of a frozen pipe in winter. The water stops moving, it freezes, then it expands over time. Blood slows down and becomes stagnant. Fluids slow down and become thick like phlegm. That stagnation and phlegm can clump together like a snowball and eventually show up as that shadow on your ultrasound. Every raw apple you eat, every cold smoothie, every iced drink, you're adding more cold, you're feeding that snowball. But a steamed apple, especially with a pinch of salt, changes the game. Why salt? Salt has a special property. It enters the kidney, your body's deepest furnace, the source of your most fundamental warmth. When we're dealing with nodules or cysts, we don't just want to help the spleen, we want to wake up that deep kidney warmth. Salt helps guide the energy there. Here's how you do it. Core an apple. Put a tiny pinch of natural sea salt or bamboo salt in the center, not regular table salt. Steam for 30 minutes. It comes out sweet and savory. That woman in her 50s with the thyroid nodule, grade 3. The size of a large egg. She did this every day for 3 months, along with some herbal support. At her repeat ultrasound, the nodule had shrunk from grade 3 to grade 2, and the feeling of a lump in her throat gone. She told me, I was so scared of surgery. I can't believe a steamed apple with salt helped this much. Again, it's not the apple alone. It's changing the internal environment. Surgery removes the result. This approach tries to change the soil so the weed doesn't grow back. Case study 4, anxiety, insomnia, and constipation. Now, for everyone in their 30s and 40s, working hard, stressed out, not sleeping well, you lie in bed at night and your brain won't shut off. It's like a movie playing behind your eyes. And in the morning, you sit on the toilet for 20 minutes and nothing happens, or what comes out is hard, dry little pellets. In traditional medicine, we call this heart and kidney not communicating, too much fire up top. From stress, from overthinking, from too much coffee and not enough rest, that fire dries you out, your lower body, your intestines. Your kidneys doesn't get enough moisture, so you end up dry, constipated, wired, but tired. What most people do, they reach for iced tea or laxatives or a detox tea they saw on Instagram. That's a mistake. Those are usually cold or harsh. They might give you a quick result, but over time, they weaken your digestion and make constipation worse in the long run. What you actually need is gentle warming moisture, not just water, but nourishing fluid that your body can actually use. That's where steamed apple with the skin on comes in. Why the skin? The red skin has an affinity for your heart, and the cooked fruit, gentle, warm, soft, creates a fluid that your spleen can turn into what I call real moisture. It's not the same as drinking a glass of water. It's thicker, sweeter, more nourishing. It helps bring that scattered fire down and lift the dry, stuck energy up. For stress-related constipation, steamed apple is a beautiful, gentle lubricant. It's not cold like a raw banana. It's warm and soothing. It helps your intestines regain their natural rhythm. Remember that software engineer I mentioned, 30 years old, constipated for 5 years, acne all over his face, bad breath. He had tried every tea and laxative on the shelf at Walgreens. Nothing worked long term. I asked him to have 2 steamed apples for dinner, just that no other food for 2 weeks. First week, he was passing gas a lot, and it smelled terrible. I said, that's good, your gut is clearing out old junk. Second week, he finally had a normal, soft bowel movement. He told me, and I will never forget this, Doc, that felt better than shipping a perfect software build. That's a direct quote. 1 month later, his acne was mostly gone, his breath was fine, and he was sleeping better because his gut wasn't keeping him up. No expensive supplements, no prescription laxatives, just food used the right way. Three big mistakes people make. Mistake one, using a microwave instead of a steamer. I get it, you're busy. You want to save time. You throw a cut up apple in the microwave for 2 minutes. Press start and think, same thing, right? No, not even close. A microwave heats by blasting water molecules back and forth super fast, super chaotic. It destroys the food's natural structure. From a traditional perspective, microwave food has fire but not life. It's harsh, it's dry, it can leave you feeling thirsty and jittery. Steaming. Real steaming is different. Fire boils water, water turns to steam, steam gently cooks the apple. That's a slow, orderly, gentle transfer of energy. The steam carries the life force of the water. It transforms the apple's nature from cold to warm without breaking it down chaotically. Eat a microwaved apple, your mouth might feel dry, your stomach might feel weird. Eat a steamed apple, real steamed apple, it feels moist, comforting, warm. That's the difference between artificial energy and real natural energy. I know you're busy, I know you're tired, but please get out your steamer pot. Boil the water, wait the 20 or 30 minutes. That time is not wasted. That's you respecting your own body. Mistake two, peeling the apple because of pesticides. This one comes up in almost every visit. Doc, aren't apples covered in pesticides and wax? Shouldn't I peel them? Here's my honest answer. The skin matters. Don't peel it, clean it. In traditional medicine, the skin of a fruit has a special job. It helps protect the outside, your skin, your lungs. It can help with things like excessive sweating. Many of my older patients sweat just walking to the mailbox. That's often a sign of weak protective energy. Eating steamed apple with the skin on can gently help with that. So how do you handle the pesticide concern? Two easy ways. First, scrub the apple with a little salt. The salt acts as a gentle abrasive. It removes wax and surface residues. Rinse well. Second, soak the apple in rice water, the water you wash rice in, for about 30 minutes. Rice water is mildly alkaline. It helps neutralize many common pesticide residues. Then rinse, scrub with salt again if you want. And steam. Is that perfect? No, but the benefit of the skin, especially for people with lung issues, sweat issues, or weak digestion, far outweighs the tiny, tiny risk. If you peel it, you lose at least half of the benefit. The skin is yang, the flesh is yin together. Their balance. Mistake three, diabetics being afraid of steamed apple. I hear this all the time. Doc, apples are sweet. Steamed apples are even sweeter. Want that spike my blood sugar? I understand the fear. But let me share a different perspective, and I want to be very clear, this is not medical advice for your specific case. Always talk to your own doctor. The total sugar in an apple doesn't change when you steam it. What changes is how your body handles it. Steaming softens the pectin and fiber that can actually slow down sugar absorption. And more importantly, from a traditional medicine view, many cases of type 2 diabetes involve a weak, tired spleen. The spleen is responsible for transporting and transforming your food. When it's weak, sugar doesn't get used properly. It just floats around in your blood. Steamed apple gently helps strengthen that spleen function. So over time, not overnight, your body may actually handle sugar better. For my patients with higher blood sugar, here's what I suggest. Eat half a small steamed apple or even a quarter. Eat it between meals, not right after a big meal. And try adding a sprinkle of cinnamon. There's research, including a 2019 study in the Beijing University of Chinese Medicine Journal, that suggests cinnamon extracts may improve insulin sensitivity. I have a patient with type 2 diabetes for over 12 years. Every afternoon, he eats half a steamed apple with a little cinnamon. His blood sugar didn't spike, and over time, his morning numbers became more stable. Has not cured, that's not what I'm saying, but has not worse, and he enjoys his snack. That said, if your blood sugar is very high right now or uncontrolled, please wait, stabilize first, then talk to your doctor. Don't just eat apples and hope. How to steam an apple the right way, step by step. Let me give you the exact method, no guesswork. Step one, choose your apple. Don't pick the super shiny, waxy ones. Those are often heavily coated. Pick the more natural looking ones: Fuji, Honeycrisp, Bala, Pink Lady, even Granny Smith if you like tart. Any will work. Step 2, wash it. Use the salt scrub method or rice water soak I just described. Rinse well. Step 3, prepare it. Do not cut into small chunks. Steam it whole if possible. If it's too big, cut it in half and remove the core. Apple seeds contain a tiny amount of natural cyanide. It's a very small amount. But since we're doing this for health, let's be thorough. Step 4, set up your steamer. Put the apple on a plate, a heat-proof plate that fits inside your steamer pot. Add water to the pot, bring to a boil, then place the plate inside. Cover. This is steam, not boil. Water should not touch the apple. You're steaming, not boiling. Step 5, time it. And this is critical. Many people steam for only 5 or 10 minutes. The apple is still firm. That's just a warmed up raw apple. That's not what we want. We want transformation. We want complete gentle cooking. Standard method, bring to a boil over high heat. Then reduce to medium-low. Steam for at least 30 minutes. For elderly folks or young children with very weak digestion, steam for 45 minutes to an hour. How do you know it's done? The skin will crack slightly. The color will turn a deep, dark reddish brown. You can poke it with a chopstick or fork. It goes right through with no resistance. If you pick it up gently, it feels like it might fall apart. Look at the plate. You'll see liquid there. That's not water from the pot. That's the apple's own essence, the juice it released. Do not pour that away. That's liquid gold. Drink it. Now taste it. The harsh. Sour, astringent flavor is gone. It's replaced by a deep, mellow, honey-like sweetness. You don't even need to chew, just press it against the roof of your mouth with your tongue, and it melts as you swallow. You'll feel a gentle warmth traveling down your throat into your stomach. That's not imagination. That's the energy of the food transformed. For anyone with long-term stomach issues, chronic gastritis, bloating, cold feeling, eat one every morning or after dinner. Do it for a month. My patients tell me their stomach stops feeling cold. Food tastes better. Digestion improves, bowel movements become regular. A final heart-to-heart for the moms and grandmoms. To everyone who cooks for a family, moms, dads, grandparents, anyone who holds the spatula, the spoon in your hand, the pot on your stove, that is powerful medicine, not in a weird, magical way, in a real everyday. This is what keeps us out of the doctor's office way. When I was growing up, we ate whatever we could get. Now, supermarkets have everything: out of season vegetables from other countries, imported fruit flown in overnight, frozen seafood from 3 continents. It's wonderful, but it also takes wisdom. Don't get me wrong, buying expensive cherries for your kids or imported birds' nests for your parents is a loving gesture. But love isn't just about price tags. Love is knowing your mother's stomach is cold, so you steam her an apple instead of handing her a smoothie. Love is knowing your child's cough gets worse with milk and cold fruit, so you switch to warm porridge and steamed apple for a month. Food has nature, food has energy, and you right there in your kitchen, you get to choose which energy you feed your family winter. Cook warming foods, summer, lighter, cooler foods, but if you don't know anything else, just remember this one simple rule: eat warm, not cold, eat cooked, not raw, especially for anyone over 30. Anyone with chronic health issues, anyone who always feels cold or tired, that steamed apple costs maybe 30 cents, takes half an hour. But it might mean your child stops coughing, your husband stops running to the bathroom 6 times a day, your wife stops having pain every single month. You do the math. That's the best insurance copay you'll ever spend. I hope from today the smell coming from your kitchen isn't just oil and smoke. I hope it's the soft, sweet, gentle scent of steaming apples. That's the smell of health. That's the smell of home. Don't just save this. Do it, please. Don't just save this video to a playlist and forget it. I see that all the time. Oh, that's interesting. I'll try it someday. And someday never comes. Right now, today, go buy a few apples, wash them, steam them, set your timer for 30 minutes, and when that warm, sweet, gentle smell fills your kitchen, you'll know I wasn't exaggerating. And there's more. If you want to go deeper, you can add 3 to 5 goji berries and 2 slices of chrysanthemum flower while steaming. That's for people who stare at screens all day, tired, dry eyes, trouble sleeping. Goji berries help your liver and kidney energy. Chrysanthemum clears heat from your eyes. Apple nourishes your heart and spleen. Together, they're beautiful for anyone who works on a computer or stays up late. You can also eat steamed apple with a tiny pinch of cinnamon for blood sugar support, or with ginger and dates for menstrual pain, or with salt for nodules and cysts. If you want to learn more, like how to combine steamed apple with acupressure or what time of day to eat it for different problems, just drop the word steam in the comments. I read them. I'll make more videos where this information comes from. I believe in being transparent. The ideas and data in this video come from a few places. A 2018 study on modern body types in the Chinese Journal of Chinese Medicine, research from the U.S. National Institutes of Health, NIH, on sleep quality and metabolic health. A 2019 study on cinnamon extract and insulin sensitivity in the Beijing University of Chinese Medicine Journal. Statistics from China's maternal and child health databases, traditional dietary theory passed down for centuries, which I always interpret through a modern evidence-aware lens. None of this replaces a conversation with your own doctor, but it gives you a starting point. Final, most important reminder, steamed apple, gentle, warm, helpful. Boiled apple for most people with cold or damp conditions. This can actually make things worse. One word difference, two completely different results. Eat the right way, eat for your body, not for what Instagram tells you, not for what your neighbor swears by. For you. Disclaimer required, clear, kind. This video is for educational purposes only. I'm not your doctor. I'm doctor on YouTube trying to help you understand science and traditional wisdom. Always consult your own primary care physician before making changes to your diet or health routine, especially if you have a medical condition or take prescription medications. If you're dealing with any health concerns, pain, lumps, bleeding, weight loss, anything that worries you, please schedule a visit with your own doctor. I'm here to help you think. They're there to treat you as an individual. All right, my timer just went off. The apples are done. Take them off the heat. Let them cool just enough so you don't burn your tongue. Eat them warm. Slow down. Actually taste them. Notice the warmth spreading from your belly. That's food as medicine. That's centuries of wisdom right in your own kitchen. I'm a doctor who tells you the truth, even when it's not what you hear on social media. If this helped you, please share it with someone you care about, your mom, your coworker, your friend who's always cold and tired, because health, that's the best gift you can give. Take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.